Welcome to the 2023 nominees for the Charania Award for Excellence in Divulging of Information through Syntax Comprehended by Many. I'm Sam Kalaf, and with me we have Giri Nathan and Patrick Redford. Um, as you may remember, we did a mid-year version of this over the summer, and this is the concluding year-end version. So we were going to focus on second half nominees, but we will try and revisit a few of the first half nominees as well. Also, Luis wanted to mention that his internet has been a little funky over the last 2 days. So if at any point the stream ramps down or ceases a resumption, just stick around and he'll restart it and we'll get back going. So, yeah, how are you both doing?
I'm good.
Um,
As I was reviewing some of the submissions for this installment of this important awards ceremony, I just felt happy. I think a lot of the best players in the game are performing at a very high level, and that's something we should celebrate.
yeah,
Mhm.
sources say to me to indicate the viewers should know that as the window of looming possibility of the domino of the Shamsy hangs, the one worries that our current candidates would perhaps make adjustments to and tweaks of their game and get their shit together, so to speak. And so it's always a nice moment when they still do bad stuff for us. I love that.
Mhm. Yeah, would you describe this year's award as looming or some other
Mm.
kind of verb? Do you think it's more like a domino or a pathway or is that
I think
something else?
my contacts in the construction community inform me of sustained interest surrounding features of infrastructure and construction as pertaining to scoop delivery in the basketball industry and possibly also the industries of football and baseball as yet to be determined.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too.
I kind of figured. Anyway, I will share my screen now and we will start. The way we're gonna have it set up is, I mean, you'll figure it out. It's just a slideshow.
Yeah, it's
But
not
we'll,
super
we'll
complicated.
yeah, we'll rotate. Reading it out, and then we'll kind of yeah. If this is I guess your first time watching. We'll just break down every nominee and say a little bit about it.
Mhm.
So, does anybody want to take this first one?
Yeah, I'm a big Josina fan. She's my favorite pro stylist. Like I think her tweet about the Washington football team is probably my favorite tweet of all time.
Yeah, that's a pretty
It's up
good one.
So
there.
she, for
Oh,
me,
I
she gets
just
a lifetime achievement award. And like, you know, when you read the sort of like on like Deadline and the Hollywood Reporter about like the setting the betting odds for the Shamsi, she always is a big favorite because everyone's like, she's never won it, she's never won the big
It's
one. Does she
true.
have like clearly she has the game, to get to the next level? Like, and you want to see a player like that get a ring, basically. Like you don't want the ringless accusations to follow her around. So
yeah.
here's our second half nominee here.
I just want to before you start, I just want to say his name is Daniil Hunter.
Daniil, yeah,
Okay.
I did the
Thank you.
necessary prep work.
I
Yeah.
appreciate that. Regarding all right. Regarding hashtag Vikings pass rusher Daniil Hunter, I'm told the evaluation of Hunter's situation is and has been ongoing. Nothing has changed as of late, nor is any potential deal to move him imminent as of this tweet, per source. Um,
Yeah,
so this is the least egregious part of this tweet is maybe the hashtag Vikings thing. But you
Yeah.
see a certain class of reporter and scoopster, like I think Bob Nightingale is a big offender of this as well. Use the team hashtag and all these like, and no one's using that. Like it's clearly an archaic construction, but like there's something in the scoopster brain that makes them think this like indexes the information in a more meaningful way.
Yeah, I think they see it as like a previous kind of categorization that everybody would just be clicking on the Vikings tag to get all the news, and that somehow this would rise to the top. And also, this would give them the best information about the latest in Vikings news.
And
well,
that there's any information actually conveyed in this tweet.
there's
Yeah,
not actually.
nothing
You
has
know,
changed as of late.
we've spoken in this space before about Andersonian space-time. It's an important construction, and the way she conceives time is something expanding simultaneously into the past and the present, sort of like those aliens in Arrival, such that a situation can both be and has been ongoing, kind of like at the same time. I don't know many people kind of operating at that level metaphysically, so yeah, I really got to hand it to her. And then obviously, the news here, this tweet itself can be condensed to nothing has changed regarding Vikings pass rush Virginia Hunter.
But sort of speaking of these subjective impermanence of time, I like that she couches the sort of like the existence of like a past, present, and future is essentially like what this tweet is confirming, but then also has the as of this tweet just to mark it down that like
Yeah, pin it right now.
yeah, it's so good. Yeah,
I mean, it's amazing to it's kind of assumed that every tweet is written with information as of this tweet, but just to make that explicit shows conscientiousness and care about the process.
Yeah, I feel like we had a lot of first half nominees that were also could be boiled down essentially to nothing has happened.
Yeah.
It's a consistent theme among the nominees in this award.
Yeah.
But
all right, should we keep it moving?
yeah, let's keep
Yeah.
moving. Oh, let me
I
click.
think we've got a heavy hitter next.
Oh, we got
Ooh, there he
Shams
is.
himself.
Probably not his strongest contender but definitely worthy of appreciation.
He definitely had a bigger first half than second half, but we wanted to include him.
Yeah, he tailed off towards the end of the season. But here we have developing. NBA teams are probing the availability of Bulls two-time All-Star Zach LaVine, and there is increased openness from both sides about exploring a trade, sources say. So what do you like about that, Sammer?
This one is a little more subtle, I feel like.
It is subtle.
But I like the increased openness.
Also, what are the both sides?
Exactly.
Is one side the Bulls and the other side is Zach LaVine? Is one
There's also
side the
NBA
Bulls
teams.
and 29 other teams? Is
Yeah.
one side Zach LaVine and the other side is 29 teams? Like, it would be nice to know.
Yeah. I also don't know why this needs to be appended with sources say exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I feel like there should be a comma or something. They're probing the availability and there is increased openness from both sides. Like it's just he's not quite mixing his metaphors, but like on the metaphor kitchen table, the like ingredients piles are getting really close to each other.
Yeah, the metaphorical mise en place is like coming together really nicely.
Also, I will say this was like a month ago and nothing's happened.
Well, the only thing that happened, I think Shams yesterday said he's going to be out 3 to 4 weeks with an injury, which could be cover for they're just like keeping him healthy for a trade, but otherwise it's just like who's going to trade for this guy?
Mm-hmm.
Also, they set their franchise record for assists, I think, in 2 consecutive games that he sat out, which is not a good sign. Yeah. Not that that's relevant to the divulging of information through syntax comprehended by many, but
yeah.
But if we're in the business of mixing metaphors masterfully, I think we should check out the next candidate.
Okay. Yeah.
From Buster Olney.
Oh, this is a good one.
Oh yeah.
So this is during the World Series, obviously. Do you want me to read this?
Yeah, this is you.
Okay. Game 4 of the World Series. Always a kitchen sink game. Managers trying to quilt their remaining pitching depth into a win at the crossroad. I couldn't have said it better.
It's so good because you think it's just going to be a mixed metaphor between the kitchen sink and quilting.
Yeah.
And then for such a short tweet, like a little compact 2-sentence, that he manages to get a third one in there is really impressive.
It is amazing.
I'm imagining Tori Lavolo just like sewing some relief pictures together. in the middle of a road.
It's like the crossroad where that guy met the devil in that one famous song, except there's like a freestanding sink and he's trying to like knit a bunch of baseball
He's
cards
trying to
together.
quilt it into guys.
Yeah. He's trying to get a win because he's at the crossroad.
So true.
It's a universal experience.
We all know the feeling.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Yeah. All right.
I like that this happened on Halloween too.
It's pretty spooky.
301 local. Like presumably this took place like hours before the game started as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. It was just a thought he had. I mean, Twitter is for thoughts, so
That's so true.
But yeah,
regardless
you're
of
right,
quality.
Patrick. This wasn't in like the heat of the moment,
Yeah.
just
Like they're not even at
grinding
the
to get a
crossroad.
tweet up.
They're still on one of the roads that eventually
Lead-
forms part of the
Maybe an
crossroad.
off ramp or an on ramp to the crossroad.
Yeah, there's an implied ramp here. It's like jazz. It's about the ramps you don't progress
Build.
on.
All right, here's the next one.
All right, I can do this
You
one.
got a Woj.
Oh, here we go. See, another perennial heavy hitter here. He won the first one of these, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
All right, returning champ. James Harden hasn't practiced with Sixers since October 15, and plan is allowing him to stay at Camden practice facility and work with team development staff to get the live action necessary to get him playing games once Sixers return from Milwaukee-Toronto trip, sources said.
Yeah, the Harden
Okay.
situation ended up being really good for a lot of the Scoopies because
Yeah.
they couldn't just plainly state what they knew was happening.
Yeah. And this is like twice or maybe even three times as long as it needs to be. Given
It could be like 3 sentences, like 3 very short sentences,
Yeah.
I feel like.
But
So-
anytime you have the chance to nest get him into another get him, or nested gets, you've got to take it. So I
Yeah,
that's
understand why
really
he
good.
chose to construct it this way.
So I guess like this starts pretty normally. He hasn't practiced with the Sixers since October 15th.
And then
All
you
right,
could
we're
just
good.
say, yeah, quote, comma, sources said, period.
And then it gets weird like immediately after that. Plan is allowing him to stay. That's like weird
Yeah, it's
construction.
awkward phrasing.
To stay at practice facility and work with team development staff. Okay, we're back on track to get live action necessary to get him playing.
That's where we kind of lose this guy.
Yeah, no punctuation. There's one comma in this sentence.
Yeah. There's like how many ands? 2 ands, 1 comma,
Two gets.
2 gets. For some reason, he's specifying Camden, I guess to indicate that it's different than Philly. I don't know.
Yeah. Because was this when they barred him from the plane or before they barred him from the plane?
I think this was maybe the same day.
Okay. He tried to ramp
Yeah.
up to the plane.
He tried to board the ramp to the plane, and
The
they
literal ramp.
they boxed him out. Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of those rare scenarios where it could actually have like the word ramp could have been used normally, but
Yeah. A missed opportunity.
yeah.
Okay, let's find the next one. Oh, this is a good one.
Ooh, yeah.
It's sneaky good. Do you want to read it or should I?
Go for it.
Okay. Vikings QB Kirk Cousins is expected to remain in Minnesota this season and will not look to waive the no trade clause in his contract, short of changing unforeseen circumstances. I love the self-defeating reporter scoops where it's just like,
Yeah.
well, this could be something unless this entirely different thing happens. And there was no point of you reading this.
Yeah, you like added 1 and then you qualify it by subtracting 1 and then we're just back at 0.
Yeah. I forget which law of thermodynamics this appeals to, but it's basically like he's just sort of confirming that like, yeah, okay, the amount of entropy is always increasing. Like, you just have to understand that that's like this baseline, but that could be appended to basically any tweet.
Yeah, exactly. This could
Yeah.
you could put short of changing unforeseen circumstance or just like unforeseen circumstances to literally anything that you report.
True.
Yeah, it's like there's always this invisible counterpoint to what if something happens, and it's nice to see that made explicit sometimes. Also, is changing unforeseen circumstances, is that like redundant?
It's definitely a little it could be condensed. It could just be short of unforeseen circumstances, yeah. It doesn't need changing.
Yeah, changing unforeseen
Short of,
circumstances, like it doesn't really matter if they're unforeseen.
Yeah. Can an
yeah.
unforeseen thing change if you can't see it in the first place?
Yeah, this is a tree falls in the forest ass question.
All right, let's hit the next
All
one.
right.
Giddy, you can take this one if you want.
Yeah, there's some kind of romantically charged scoops from Haynes
Yeah.
this season.
Yeah, that was a real
This one,
that,
This
this
one's
one gave me
a
the
good one.
flushed that emoji.
Yeah, the flushed emoji. Yeah.
Yeah, the flushed face emoji.
So Damian Lillard and Giannis Antetokounmpo in recent years flirted with the idea of playing with one another, but the holdup was each star wanted the other to join their team. Milwaukee landed Antetokounmpo's desired star mate.
the power of language is so beautiful sometimes.
Should we all be so lucky as to find our desired star mate?
Yeah.
Just like
Also, like this is one of those ones where it's worth actually like thinking through very deliberately like what the information being conveyed here is.
yeah,
Because
they wanted to play each other, but
he's
they
like
want to
saying,
play
Figure
with
out-
each other.
he's saying
Trying to
there
figure out
was
how to
this
put
hold
this
up,
in my square.
but then like he never says like what that's so good. He never says like, wait, how did you do that?
You go to more and you go to reactions and then pick an emoji.
All right, I'm gonna work on that after I stop talking. But
Sorry.
the information being conveyed here is so good, where it's basically just like, okay, there was this hold up, and then he basically says, and then like there's it's like the beginning and the end, but there's no middle to this tweet. Like he basically says like there was this hold up, and now they're teammates. Like nothing like that changed to overcome this looming impasse or whatever. Like there's no ramps, and we need a ramp here again.
Yeah, I don't fully understand it. The
I
holdup
think he's
was
trying to say that they wanted to work, they wanted to play together. Dame tried to bring him to Portland. Giannis tried to bring him to Milwaukee, and
yeah.
then Giannis won.
That's kind of a crazy thing to just throw in there and be like, oh yeah, Dame wanted to bring Giannis to Portland.
Yeah, that's pretty
Like that was
interesting. Like
never reported before, was it?
this is probably the rare instance where not that I knew of, but this might be the rare instance of they actually have interesting information, and
Yeah.
it's not,
Although like Haynes is one of these like Shams had this with Kyrie, but like there's a certain like national NBA reporters will have like their star that they're attached to. So Haynes is like
yeah,
you have to consider
it's a
him a
Dame
Dame
guy.
propagandist. So any
Yeah,
information being put out there is like it's essentially Dame PR. So the takeaway here is that like okay, Dame wants it to be known that he was trying to recruit stars to Portland too, basically, that he wasn't being
right.
disloyal, that like he was, Giannis isn't the only one who can add people to his team. Like Dame thought about it too.
Mhm.
Like, and so that makes me think it's not true, or at least that like,
Yeah.
okay, he wanted Giannis on his team. Who wouldn't want Giannis on their team? Not like, okay, things were happening.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, let's see the next one. I gotta move my thing to see.
This is like, this is just as good as the changing unforeseen
Yeah,
circumstances.
I think it's
Yeah.
better. I think it's better.
A
All right,
stronger
I'll do this
candidate, I
one.
think. Okay.
Heading into tonight's matchup versus the Commanders, for whatever it's worth and whatever it means, Baltimore has now won an NFL record 24 straight preseason games. The Ravens last lost a preseason game September 3rd, 2015. Just a banger. This is so good.
Yeah, I mean they're talking about preseason. I think I really like the nihilism of this one. It's so tossed off. Like, yeah, if you disgusting little piggies feel like the garbage I lay out for you every day, like here you go. Here's a little factoid.
Yeah, it's the most despondent I feel like I've ever seen Adam Schefter this year.
Yeah.
For whatever it's, I think I want to say Kaylin was just like absolutely baffled by this.
Yeah.
I think she brought it to my attention, or I saw it like I mean a few people mentioned it. I think even everybody who just like looked at it was like, "What the hell does this mean?" I
Yeah.
forget if they actually lost or not, but
I think they did.
yeah, But as Schefter said, it doesn't really mean anything.
I guess they decided it wasn't worth
no,
anything.
he
Yeah,
doesn't
they
say
saw the
anything.
tweet and they're like, well, fuck it.
Well, like I think what I like about this is that just like changing unforeseen circumstances, a phrase like for whatever it's worth and whatever it means is like universal. Like
Yeah.
he's basically just acknowledging that like subjectivity exists. It's so good. It's like you could put this on basically any statement and it like it's stupid, it makes it dumber, but it doesn't like alter the meaning. Like it's this infinitely elastic.
Yeah, you could append it to like any necessary mathematical truth, and then it would still hold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
here's my reaction to reading this tweet. Let me find it.
Oh wait, I gotta do mine too. Yeah. Yeah, we have to do these for
Let's do
everyone.
reactions to every one of these. Okay,
That can be our form of voting.
Yeah, the next one.
Okay.
Let me see. The addition of Cal and Stanford to ACC hits roadblocks per ESPN sources. All right, this is already a weird verb tense. A union
Also
appears.
the quotes too.
Yeah, a union appears unlikely at this point, as the obstacles are indicative of a league with varied perspective. Then Pete Tamel co-bylined this with somebody.
This is really good. The obstacles are indicative of a league with varied perspective. Is the kind of like passive voice, no action like construction that is like very endemic to the scoopster genre.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
he's trying. There's like an inherent sort of conditionality to the thing he's trying to say, which leads to these like wonky, kind of meaningless sentences. And the fact that that comes after hits quote unquote roadblocks per sources is like this is like a subtly very good.
There's like, if I'm reading this correctly, there's like the varied perspectives are themselves the obstacle, right? There's like an added layer of abstraction where we're saying the obstacles are indicative of the varied perspectives, but I assume it's just like they're disagreeing. Like that's kind of the news that they're trying to express.
It's kind of hard for me to follow this one.
Also, a union appears unlikely at this points. Like that's just like
I
didn't even notice that. Yeah,
that's just a nice little detail.
Because I was wondering, I was like, could you read this as points as the verb? But no.
Oh, point. No.
No, because
no, you can't,
the subject is a union. So
yeah.
I don't really.
The obstacles are indicative of a league with very.
I feel like he's saying the ACC contains multitudes, but
yeah,
I feel like
he's saying
everybody could have figured that out already.
Different schools,
a bunch of different schools don't agree on
disagreed.
Yeah. And then you have to consider the possibility of changing unforeseen circumstances, as well as for whatever it's worth, whatever it means. And he was wrong about this. Interestingly, I'm going to do my reaction here.
Yeah, I'm thinking of my reaction. Let me see. Mine will be. That's mine. This is a great new detail, I think. I think we're really branching out. All right, here's the next one. It's actually a recent one.
Yeah, this one's
this was yesterday, right?
Yeah,
continuing our theme.
Chris.
This one isn't that confusing, I'll say. It was just there's a really nice turn of phrase in it.
Word choice. Yeah. All right, I can read this one.
Yeah.
BR sources. Bucks forward Bobby Portis passionately challenged head coach Adrian Griffin and teammates in locker room after being eliminated by Pacers and IST. I hinted at the romantic charge to
I'm hitting it with this
here. It's also combined with like literally any picture of Bobby Portis's gaze, and the word passionately like works pretty well for me. But adding it with that little Euros brings something new to the Scoop game. So shout out to him.
Good reaction, Patrick.
I was just noticing a lot of the classic, like a lot of my favorite horny emojis aren't in here.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the other.
There's not the
sweaty, the super sweaty one.
That's the one. Yeah, I was looking for that one.
It's not the
shaky
guy.
one is good.
There's not the spiral eyes. I like him.
Wow, it limited what you can do on Zoom.
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
silencing expression.
Oh, wait. How about this one? No, it doesn't. That doesn't work. It's too obtuse. All right, we can
I
move
think
on.
this is kind of where I landed.
Okay.
But
Well,
I think this one's our last tweet, and then we can go on to some like headlines
Oh,
and
this is. I feel like this is where the show really
yeah, we
starts
got some
looming.
good
yeah,
ones.
this is okay. I love this one.
This
I love this
you can
one.
take this one.
This is a headline on CNN.
Yeah.
First, the snake fell from the sky. Then a Texas grandma found herself inside the chaos of a hawk after its prey.
Just
This is like if CNN existed during like the plague of the Moses era in Egypt.
Yeah, we should
First,
just
the
have them
firstborn
headline
sons
like
were
the Old Testament.
first a snake fell from the sky. Okay, I'm in. Inside
yeah.
the chaos of a hawk after its prey.
Inside. The other thing is like this is a layup because if I remember this story correctly, a hawk was holding a snake, dropped the snake on a grandma, and then the hawk dove down and grabbed the snake. So like that's really compelling drama, and I think there's a way to express that without using kind of confusing imagery about a grandma being inside chaos of a hawk after its prey.
Yeah, it was that
Yeah.
the snake was like it fell on her and then it like wrapped around her arm and then the
Yeah.
hawk came back to like pick it up.
Wait. There's a paragraph here that just took my breath away. Then, just when she thought the snake might bite her, which is like apparently a phenomenon that needs like deep explanation here, injecting her with fatal venom and ushering in the end of her life. That's so fucking good.
I forgot about that.
Just imagine like this happened to someone you knew and they actually died, and you get the call and it's like, the end of her life was ushered in.
by a snake.
I feel like there's the rule about like 2 sentence headlines is a good one, but if you're gonna do that, like if you're gonna break it, first a snake fell from the sky is like a good first
Oh, that's
sentence to break
great.
that
Yeah,
on.
it started out really
Well,
strong.
that's the thing is when you
This
say
picture is amazing.
yeah,
too.
Peggy had to do it to him. But like the headline really
Look at
gets
all
me
my
because
shit.
I'm like, first the snake fell from the sky. Okay, I'm expecting a second thing to fall from the sky, and for you to very simply and directly tell me what the second thing was. But instead, then a Texas grandma, and I'm like, okay, wait, did the Texas grandma fall from the sky?
Also, looking at the related stories, like CNN has on this animal beat. There's a deadly green mamba
Yeah,
moose, and then there's like a one about a hippo embedded in the article.
yeah.
This is good. Sabrina, get your fucking shit together.
Sabrina
Yeah,
is not filing anything about snakes or Texas grandmas falling from the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to get on this beat.
Yeah. Okay, let me.
Before we move on, some Rory Kings fan from Kings Twitter sent in a Shams tweet. I don't think we have in here, but I just want to read real quick.
Okay.
Nets say Ben Simmons received an epidural injection to aid in recovery from lower back and will be reevaluated in 2 weeks. Simmons has been out since November 6th. We've talked about this a lot, like that Ben Simmons and Kyrie and James Harden like present this incredible opportunity to break human language, and so received an injection to aid in recovery from lower
From
back.
lower back.
So good. Omitting the word injury.
Yeah.
Like,
It's funny to recover
really
from a body part.
That's one of my pet peeves of mine is that like especially NFL sideline reporters do this all the time. They're just like, oh, somebody's out with an ankle instead of just out with an ankle injury. It's like what like 1 second are you saving from not saying ankle injury?
Yeah.
So annoying. All right.
Let's do it.
Here's the next text-based one. Let's see.
All right, Sam, we're gonna do this one.
Sure. While the Raptors have had recent conversations with the Blazers about Damian Lillard, no pact was close to being imminent as of Monday morning, according to a source.
This is one of my favorites.
That's so good.
Yeah, I really like when they're just humping the thesaurus so hard they start talking like a high fantasy character. Like there's like
Lillard's packed a 7-part series.
yeah, there's like a dark elf trying to like get you to seal a scroll with blood or something.
Also, close to being imminent is so good. Like it's just
Yeah.
the same thing.
Imminent means that it's close. Imminent means it's about to happen. So it's about to happen twice.
No pact was close to being imminent. Is so
That's
good.
like one of the best phrases of
My
the year.
liege, no pact is close.
Yeah.
And I think what makes this genre of sports writing so susceptible to these like broken pieces of language is that like they're essentially using like how can I say this in a non-Shamsy way? They're using the communication of information to communicate that no new information exists. Basically,
Yeah.
like so many of
Right.
these are just holding pattern things where it's like nothing is happening,
That's
but
exactly
we have to have like some details in here. But then like by trying to form these sentences devoid of actual meaning, that forces you into these like hilarious contortions. Which
Yeah,
is why I think like the Shamsi is eternal, basically, as a
yeah.
phylum of sports
because
writing.
you're trying to express like negative semantic space basically.
Yeah.
There's like you're trying to say nothing's happening, but justify that the fact that you receive a salary still. So they end up like getting in some pretty funky places.
Okay, my reaction to this information is feeling fine. Nothing's happening.
Yeah, I gotta react.
Oh yeah, we forgot to react to the snake one too. My apologies.
Wait, let's do the snake one. Like this. All right, this is our reactions for this one.
This is my reaction for Lillard. And then for the snake one, let me find my reaction.
What's my snake one gonna be?
This is my
That's my snake.
Mine is this. That's what happens to you when what is it? The end of your life is ushered in.
Yeah. Okay. This is a nice little
this is
bundle
a
of
good
metaphors here.
good tight one. I can do this one.
Okay.
It's also just the first half of a sentence, so testament to how much you can pack into
Yeah.
a couple clauses. And so in an NBA earthquake, the Bucks dispensed with the incremental moves and reached for an improbable blockbuster. You know, Zach Lowe's obviously good at what he does. I think the proximity to Woj is starting to rub off on him a little more, maybe.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
what's going on? We got an earthquake dispensing of incremental moves.
An NBA earthquake. Different
and then reaching for a blockbuster.
Yeah, this isn't so much like mixing the metaphors as like trying to make like a Jenga tower of them.
I guess technically it's amid an earthquake, so it's not the earthquake. Amid an earthquake, the Bucks reached for the blockbuster.
They dispensed, they like dispensed and reached. They're like moving in like opposite directions at the same time. Just like
I feel like you could simplify this just by being like in a move that rocked the NBA, the Bucks delivered an improbable blockbuster. Or
do you think this makes if you just don't have in an NBA earthquake, like if the rest of if everything after the comma stayed as such, like do you think it still seems fucky to me, but the earthquake like compounds the weirdness.
Like how do you reach for a blockbuster?
I don't think you can reach for. I think
Yeah.
the trade itself constitutes a blockbuster.
Yeah.
I don't think you can reach for it.
You would like release a blockbuster or like
it's like a blockbuster is a bomb.
You could reach for a blockbuster, but only if this was about like the lead up to the trade and like you're thinking. You know? Like if you're like, okay, we are gonna reach for an improbable blockbuster. But like as like the past tense, it doesn't really work, like because I think reaching implies a sort of like uncertainty.
Yeah, I don't get it.
So
what's your reactions? I would do the shaking guy emoji, but he's not on here.
Yeah, I think that would be most appropriate for this one.
Pretend there's a shaking guy.
Wait, I'm gonna get a little. Let's see.
That's mine.
This is a blockbuster.
Yeah, definitely a blockbuster.
Nice. Okay. Next one. Oh, this one is about I feel like people can figure out.
Okay. She
We
is
can
the
guess.
biggest pop star in the world, but it is a misnomer that she is greatly impacting the TV ratings. Just
This is just
a great
absolute
malaprop.
felony
great malaprop.
felony possession of the use of impact. I feel like.
Yeah, greatly impacting the TV ratings too. That's Shamsy style prose.
Yeah. As people can guess, probably this is about Taylor Swift and the NFL ratings.
My reaction is this. That's the J. Richard Goodman house emoji.
Yeah. Shout out to J. Richard
Coach.
Goodman. Shout out to Coach.
My reaction.
Do you think he knows what Twitch? Yeah, never mind.
I would love to get him on here someday.
Yeah, I just want to watch a Warriors game with him.
That's my reaction.
I
was trying to find the actual.
Can we dwell for a second on Ketchup and Seemingly Ranch? Because I feel like that was like.
Oh, that was that was
the moment.
That was a good one.
I mean, you guys talked about this in the podcast, but like, if there ever was like a breakout moment for like Shamsy style like prose writings, the fact that achieved national prominence because of its brokenness was like, it was like the band that we had seen play in like a dusty basement and like a college town was all of a sudden like opening for a stadium show. It was like everyone was into this bad thing that we're into, and it was a lovely.
Shams and the adverbs, basically. I knew them back when.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't? Oh, you saw Peter Gammons play at?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's a Chris Haynes one.
Giri, you want to do this one?
Yeah, I can do this one. We're going back to Harden. I think this is probably my favorite of the Harden.
Haynes really put together a strong body of work this year.
Yeah,
he did. It was expounded that the workout program includes monitoring his measurables and speed with their tracking system, which is located at the facility. Sixers maintain that Harden's ramp-up is the priority, while Harden's camp believes the priority is to eliminate a perceived potential distraction as the team opens with the tough 2-game road trip. His contingent consisted of a rotating personnel of 12 essential individuals, including basketball trainers, fitness specialists, nutritionists, and chef.
There's like too much here.
I love essential individuals.
This is like
it's
an
like essential worker.
Yeah.
There's so much going on here.
All right, let's go. Let's get into this. It was expounded. Crazy
first of all,
way to start a sentence.
First of all,
there's like no way that's ever okay.
Anytime you have an opportunity to write a brief breaking news hit, and you can include the phrase "it was expounded that," you have to take it.
Like, I don't think there's anything you can say after it was expounded that makes that an acceptable way to start any sentence ever about anything.
That doesn't make it sound like it was written in 1902.
It should be with like read this whole story in a transatlantic accent.
Yeah. Like if you heard this on the radio, introing like H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds, you would be like, you wouldn't be able to tell if the aliens were coming or not because you wouldn't be able to understand what the sentence was saying. Okay.
I feel like the Declaration of Independence would read less old-fashioned than this sentence.
Wait, the rest of the sentence is crazy too. The workout program includes monitoring, weird, his measurables and speed, redundant, with their tracking system, which is located at the facility. Also, what does that even mean?
I guess it's trying to justify that he needs to stay in New Jersey instead of coming on the road trip. But
because I feel like the Harden drama was kind of location based, where he was like not in Philly, but he would be in Camden.
Yeah, it was a very like geographically dramatic breakdown.
But we should get to rotating personnel of 12 essential individuals, which reminds me of like the Super Smash Brothers like character selection.
I was thinking more of a Last Supper vibe here.
Yeah,
because that was also pretty similar.
That's also true.
We got to ramp up finally. Ramp up as a noun.
An organic ramp up.
Also believes the priority is to eliminate a perceived potential distraction. Really, really fog of war ass sentence there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically breaking down how they want to make the optics better to the guy who's going to help them make the optics better. And then he's just reporting all of it.
Rotating personnel of 12 essential individuals.
That just means he would have like because the thing is he includes like 4 categories here, so you got to do like a little bit of math. So does that mean he has 3 of each, like 3 trainers, 3 fitness specialists?
I think what he's basically saying is like he's in shape and he's like he's not gonna come in looking like Zion is like the subtext of that, I think, by
Yeah.
having trainers, fitness specialists, nutritionists, and chefs. Like the question, what are these things all have in common is like you don't want James Harden showing up overweight, basically.
All right,
Yeah.
what's your oh wait, go ahead, Giri.
No, I didn't have anything else. Yeah, I think like at this point it was unclear that they were going to trade him, and Haynes was trying to kind of dispassionately explain what each side was thinking. So like that's why you get such like garbled shit with the perceived potential distraction, because he's trying to say like that the Sixers might, or Harden thinks the Sixers see Harden as a distraction.
Okay.
But like I don't know why we need all this information about his contingent of essential workers or the
I'm reacting with
my
this one because it's the most individuals we can get on
that is essential individuals.
Yeah.
I'm reacting with this one to represent expounded.
I'm gonna hit this with the bento box because he's got good nutrition.
Nice. All good choices.
This one's so good.
Okay. Here's a Sam Amick one.
Yeah.
Really grateful for the Harden trade.
Yeah, gave us a lot of good stuff. All right, I can do this one. In the wake of the long-awaited trade that sent James Harden from Philadelphia to the LA Clippers late Monday night, and thereby ended one of the most contentious standoffs between a star player and a front office executive in league history, the lack of clarity surrounding that crucial question means it is virtually impossible to truly analyze what this all means for the Sixers.
Incredible hearty sentence there.
I guess we should click through to see what the sentence is, but the question
I gotta step away for 1 second. I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh, the question is, who is Daryl Morey going after now?
All right, to be honest, I was expecting kind of a heftier question if it was impossible to analyze the trade.
Yeah. I assume someone who has comparable skills to James Harden. That's what I would say.
Yeah. I also assume that the rest of the article analyzes the trade, despite claiming at the outset that it is impossible to do so.
Yeah, there's a lot more of this article to go.
Yeah, there's a lot of article happening, so we can relax at the beginning and just kind of ease people into the analysis. But I don't know.
I mean, I think this was kind of a thing where would you say that like it was clear that Harden had to go, but do you think like Sixers fans thought the team would be miserable after that, or was it like it would have been a good thing? Because I feel like history has shown that teams usually get better when Harden leaves.
Yeah, I feel like at the time it was possible to analyze the trade as the article does. Yeah, I guess I don't know why. Maybe there was this feeling that like, okay, Morey's going to make another move, but you can at least see how he fared in the first phase of it.
Yeah.
I don't
Patrick,
know.
do you have any thoughts?
Can I see the original again? Sorry.
Oh yeah, this is it.
It's the second paragraph.
In the wake of the long-awaited trade that sent James Harden, okay. Already weird. Philadelphia to the LA Clippers, sort of a thereby ended one of the most.
I will say thereby is kind of reminds me of expounded in that I don't know if it was really necessary.
The lack of clarity surrounding the crucial question makes it okay. Then this is just another like for whatever it's worth and whatever it means. He's like all human knowledge is contingent and subjective. Man is in a prison of his own making. Our brains are betraying us. Just good stuff.
Yeah. Let me see. Was that the last one we had?
I think there's a double Shams to end it. So we can
there's a double Shams. Yeah. Here we go. month after Damian Lillard requested a trade out of Portland, there remains no real traction on any kind of deal, league sources tell The Athletic. There remains no shift in Lillard's mindset. Okay, remains back-to-back sentences. That's what I've noticed. This whole thing is one sentence. Wow. Okay. There remains no shift in Lillard's mindset and his goal of playing for the Miami Heat in the wake of the league's initiative to warn Lillard and his agent that any further comments made, quote, suggesting Lillard will not fully perform the services called for under his player contract in the event of a trade, end quote, will be subject to discipline, according to sources. That is too much in one sentence.
Wait, the comments will be subject to discipline?
Any further? Wait, there remains no shift in the wake of.
Also,
like,
remains no shift is.
Pretend the quote part doesn't exist, I think, because that's the only way you can
shift in
kinda
his
get to
goal of playing. It seems like his goal will be subject for discipline. There remains no shift in Lillard's mindset and his goal. Wait.
No, I think.
Oh no, the comments. Yeah, the comments will be subject.
Can comments be subject to discipline?
I think commenters can.
Yeah.
But I don't know about comments themselves.
I mean, I think there should be. Yeah, wait. There should be a comma after mindset.
Remains no shift is the weirdest part of this to me.
It's
That's
well, because he says there remains no real traction. Okay, then immediately after there remains no shift. It's just like, all right, you just said that basically. Like
he's like reading. What's the earthquake scale?
Richter scale.
Yeah, the Richter scale. He's like, all right, definitely no needle moving.
Yeah.
No nothing.
Ooh,
There remains no shift.
My reaction is just sounds good.
Yeah. Wait, I think.
Well, the next part I think is like a continuation of this, so we can do a part 2.
Okay.
This is my reaction.
Feeling fine. Okay. The thing is, this year, several significant situations and extreme opportunities remain unresolved. All right, I don't want to. We'll come back to that. We were talking about the type of let's go. We were talking about the type of opportunities that could have enough of a domino effect to impact the entire league and all of its 30 teams. The entire league and all the teams.
Wow.
There is still no traction from the Portland Trailblazers on a Lillard trade, and the all NBA stars mindset is steadfast toward desiring a trade only to the. This is so good.
Yeah,
this is so like good.
Mindset is steadfast toward desiring is an incredible sequence of words. Very beautiful.
You read like Spears and Haynes mango language, and you think like, okay, maybe Shams isn't unique, and then you get the entire league and all of its 30 teams. You get like, he's so good.
Here's the first part. I'm just highlighting it for context. So the first part was here.
And then there's like some.
Wait, what does extreme opportunities mean?
Well, yeah, let's go back to the slide.
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing is, this year.
Okay, so I remember what I really liked about this one is because it's like, I really like the like folksy throat clearing at the beginning. Like, here, I'm gonna tell it to you straight.
Yeah.
And then he just proceeds to vomit all over his keyboard for the next 3 minutes.
It's like seeing a Senate candidate like rapping or something. You just like don't expect it.
It just like in his very like stilted prose stylings, starting a sentence with "we are talking about" is so weird. It's like really off-putting. Especially because it comes in stark contrast to like just some of the like most classico style types of opportunities that could have enough of a domino effect to impact the entire league and all of its 30 teams.
I just can't imagine, Shams and the Majestic Plural ever like crossing paths because he's so committed to just not sourcing
disembodied.
anything. He just like
he's like the most disembodied
Yeah.
being ever.
And now he's looping other people into it. And it's like, we're not.
Yeah, this is really jarring, actually.
Yeah.
There we got a royal we.
Yeah.
Yeah. The committee is going to have to. We have a tough job ahead of us, but that first paragraph is like as good as anything I've read.
Yeah.
It really sounds like like Joe Biden is like about to get real with you.
Look, Jack.
But then he starts like reading the teleprompter again and like immediately in the next clause. He like can't decide whether he wants to play it straight or wrap
I
it
just
in
don't know
the
what makes a opportunity extreme.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. Does he mean like drastic? Or I don't know. Like it's
Can any of
but
you guys
like
do the Foghorn Leghorn voice? Because I think that first paragraph would work really well.
I don't know if I can.
The second one,
do it Tony Soprano though.
yeah.
It does. I mean, it sounds like something. Who the fuck is the guy? The guy who the character who says like blah 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 whatever happened there. He always like he's like does all the malapropisms, but he's like based on George W. Bush
In what show?
in The Sopranos.
Oh, Polly?
No,
Does
no.
it Polly always do? Okay.
The guy who sets up the meeting after he kills Vito.
Oh yeah.
Not Bobby Jr., but like little. What is his name?
Little Carmine?
Yeah, Carmine Jr.
Yeah, okay.
Mm.
The second paragraph is so good because everything before the comma like makes sense. Like that's a normal sentence. Still an attraction of trade. All right. Comma. And his mindset is steadfast towards desiring a trade.
His mindset is steadfast towards
We're bringing
desiring.
yearning is so back, longing, all that shit.
It's never been more back.
Passionately challenging.
I think my reaction to this is a pretty easy one.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think I did. What did I do? This one.
I think I'm gonna go with this one.
Nice.
That's what I feel when my mindset is steadfast toward desiring.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is so good.
I need resolution on this. I was thinking a little Carmine, yeah.
Nice.
But anyway, it reminds me of the thing that he would say in one of his sit downs. That like several significant situations and extreme opportunities are fast approaching.
We are talking about the type of opportunities.
We are talking about
the type of opportunities.
Yeah, he does say opportunities back to back. I didn't even notice that.
Could have enough of a domino effect.
What would they be if not a domino effect? Is there like a downgraded version of that?
Also, what would it mean to impact the entire league, but not all of its 30 teams?
That's so good.
Why do we have to add that in?
At least 22 teams in the
The entire league and everyone but the Hornets. Like, what are you talking about here? I'm so glad he still gets to write occasionally.
Yeah.
One of the best doing it.
All right. And we should reiterate that this was only the second half of
Yeah, we had some really good
we had
submissions
so many good
from
ones.
the first half.
Yeah, let's
maybe we can hit some of the best ones.
Yeah, let's see. We'll do it.
This one's so good.
Oh, I think this is a strong contender here. The dramatic tension of the tweet loading is really good too.
Yeah, I like the jump scare aspect of this.
Come on. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I remember this. Aaron Rodgers and Mallory Edens showed signs of being a couple when they attended the Bucks game last month.
It's also a month later.
Yeah.
I don't think I realized that at first.
They were showing signs of being a couple. Everybody was talking about it and remembered it for a month.
Also, the TMZ like screenshot
Watermark.
of a computer that's like a quarter mile away from you with the watermark. Sort of like there's like a very smooth kind of like Sims 4 aspect to this image.
All right, then this is a classic Josina.
This is another banger.
Let's see how long it takes to load.
Strong contender.
If it's deleted, I'm gonna be heartbroken because I forgot to check if any of these were deleted, but I don't think people would delete these.
I don't think she deletes hers because she still has the WFT one up still.
Oh yeah, this one was great.
Oh fuck, oh, I forgot about this one.
Oh wait, Luis has just told me that he. Sorry, I gotta go out of this. He added these to the slides.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Oh, wow.
The mid-year nominees. Here we go. way easier this
Thank
way.
you to our producer.
Thank you, Luis.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. So there's showed signs of being a couple, and here we go. Here's the Josina.
You want to read this, Sammer?
I just reacted to showed signs of being a couple. Just want that on the record.
Oh yeah, we got it. Let me do my reaction to signs of being a couple, and then I will read this. Let's see. That's my reaction. Okay. Here's Josina. This is January. This is, well, I don't know if you'll figure it out from the tweet actually, but we'll go with it. I'm told there's still uncertainty surrounding the current front office situation with the Houston #Texans, to put it respectfully, per league source. While the current structure assists ownership in navigating this offseason for the time being, it is tenuous at best. We'll see.
This is like Andrew Bird lyrics.
I thought I hadn't read this one in a while, so I thought that to put it respectfully part was going to be the big key here, and then while jumped out.
While they left out.
It's crazy that the year was only 10 days old when this like turbo banger was crafted. This is so good.
Yeah.
This is definitely a finalist for me.
You typically want to save some of these for award season, but if you got a heater in January 10th, I think you just gotta let it fly.
Yeah, if you have to express some clear and strong truth, which if I take to understand this tweet correctly, is something may happen. That out there.
I was gonna say this at one of the earlier ones, although it's applicable for most of them. But it really, like, part of the job is just maintaining the illusion that you know what's about to happen, even when you don't. And that's why you get all of these uncertainties and like paradoxical phrases and stuff
Also,
that ultimately boils down to nothing.
What does it mean to express the incredibly strong clause that there is uncertainty? Like, why do you have to put that why does that need to be put respectfully? Like,
it's very mild stuff. Like, it's
I think coming out
with something spicy.
What she meant, I think, might have been that, like, at that time there was a lot of like, fire this dude. Forget who it was. Oh, it was Jack Easterby, I think. And he was just like a big clown, and I think a few reports had come out about him. And that's why she was trying to put it in a way where she wasn't saying like, yeah, these guys need to go, because it was kind of expected that they would go. But her report ultimately ended up being that nothing has happened yet.
So. And you know what? We'll see. And we did.
We did see. Right. That's true. I got to give this one a reaction. I got to think.
Oh, yeah.
I wish there was like the word while.
While comma is legendary.
This is my reaction.
This is my reaction.
This is my
reaction. Okay, let's see the next one. Oh, this is. I really love this one.
I love this one.
I can read it unless either of you want to.
I think you got it.
Okay, let me just move this text box out of the way. Just now, though, as his boilers started the actual business of prepping for Penn State, Painter has been fixated on the Phillies, the mid to late 1970s Phillies lineup to be exact, which only makes sense if you understand how Matt Painter's mind works. It is a cyclone, simultaneously spinning and hoovering everything in its orbit. He does not simply meander down rabbit holes. He burrows deep into them, creating offshooting tunnels that zig and zag so far from the core, it takes some unspooling to remember what it was he was intrigued about in the first place. I remember, I think, at the time when we went over this in the mid-year ceremony, I compared it to the scene in Oppenheimer when he's that rotating atom in his head. Except it's about guys that David Roth would remember on a stream.
God, they're really cooking with the tunnels that zig and zag. Is like hitting the crossover there.
I don't think anybody in their life has ever meandered down a rabbit hole. I don't think even rabbits have meandered down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, I think you generally hit that with conviction.
Yeah. You're usually fleeing or taking shelter or exploring. I don't know.
I like the idea that he's simultaneously meandering while like expanding the architecture of the rabbit hole with tunnels that zig and zag.
Yeah, he's hoovering it. He's spitting and hoovering and then blasting deep into rabbit holes, and like
That's
then we
why.
go back to a spooling, unspooling, spooling. There's a thread metaphor invoked at the end.
Yeah.
That's why compared to when they like cut away from the close up of like Killian Murphy and it's just like a very deep bass and like some humming. You just see some like rotations going on. Anyway, I like this one. This one's a finalist for me too.
That one's
I'll
really
give a.
good.
I gotta give a reaction to this
Yeah, I
one.
gotta
Let
give
me
a
find
reaction
good
too.
one.
I
Mine's
gotta
the
give a
fountain.
reaction. And then there's a Shams one in the dock we could hit briefly.
Oh, they don't have the nuke blast. Well, mine would have been the nuke blast if we had that. So I guess it'll
Oh,
be
what
this.
what was that one?
Just like the mushroom cloud.
Okay.
Wait,
That's a good.
I have a better reaction.
Okay.
Okay, that's good.
Was this the one you were talking about, Giddy? The league altering domino?
Wait,
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
2023?
So, dude, that's what I've been
Yeah,
saying. He's got multiple dominoes per year.
What the
yeah.
fuck?
Yeah.
He's putting up multiple dominoes per game. Yeah, one
He's
of you
having
can read this one.
multi-domino seasons. Okay. When Kyrie Irving demanded a trade from the Brooklyn Nets on Friday, league-altering domino fell and shook up the marketplace, causing a shockwave across the league and an arms race to get underway. It would pit several of the league's teams looking for that one difference-making piece that could get them to the top of the list of title contenders against each other.
Wait, is this the one you drew, Sammer?
Yes, this is the one I drew, and I
Okay.
did. This was like a blog in the early part of the year.
I remember
I
I was on
actually still have
vacation
the
when this
drawing, I think.
happened.
Yeah, why don't you pull up the art for us?
And I was reading the site after not reading it for a week, and I just saw this art and I was like, I cannot wait to Shamsy this one.
This one.
Oh,
I guess I can. Let me see if I can. I can't
You can
really
screw.
get to. If
this is
someone
so
wants
good.
That's
to
beautiful.
drop in the link to the blog, I can show a bigger image of it. But yeah, it was. It was one of those where I felt like I had to stand alone. Okay, let me see.
This is so good. The marketplace.
So there's a marketplace and there's a league
Absolutely
altering
beautiful.
domino.
I like the guy
There's
right below the cannon who's like,
the arm
That's the arms
race.
race.
That's the arms race. Yeah, they're searching for that. What was it? Not league altering piece, whatever that crucial piece was. I forget.
it's
That was a difference-making piece.
Difference making piece.
Mhm.
It's
I
over
think an
here.
underratedly good part of it also is they're trying to get to the top of the list of title contenders against each other.
This is so good. Like in this one, in the Lillard one we talked about earlier, there's this like very like ominous sense of possibility, which is basically like at any point anything could happen that could change things. But then he continues to like express that in the most like redundant, overwrought language, and like he can't help from being like the whole league and all the 30 teams are like list of contenders against each other. Like it's
Yeah.
great.
Anyway,
That's
that
why
was
he's
a
the king.
that's I mean, yeah, let's go around and pick our finalists, just like one or two that really stuck out to you. I'll go with the Josina's Wild tweet. That is, I can't. I like that one a lot, and I like the Shams's extreme opportunities, but I won't take all of them. So I'll let you guys.
Hmm.
I just love that in the same year we
But-
got a Josina
Cool.
Weil, and then we got Wimbledon saying Wiltz to Giddy.
That's true. Will's Defector.
Oh, the Matt Painter one is hard. That's like
That's hard to beat. It's almost like pandering to us, though.
yeah,
in,
it's
in
kind
a
of
way.
a different genre. Like it's not trying
Yeah.
to communicate news. It's someone like trying to do some writering,
That's
which
true.
makes
Right.
it feel slightly different. Like
Yeah.
because they're not really divulging information. They're like, they're out there like inventing new colors, trying to like
They're trying to make a Big Ten basketball coach seem more interesting than he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do agree with you that it's like a different. You would find a lot more of that in like feature and profile writing than you
Yeah.
would in like Scoobies. What about you, Giddy? Did you have any that stuck out to you?
Honestly, there's the no pact being close to imminent and a mindset steadfast toward desiring are both really really sticking with me. There's another one in the doc from earlier this year I'm looking at, from Shams and Darnell Mayberry, both of The Athletic. Questions that were whispered will now be wondered loudly and frequently.
Oh, that was a good
That
one.
one
Yeah,
really stuck with me too.
I love to wonder loudly.
The pair of Schefter ones, the for whatever it's worth and whatever it means, and the barring changing unforeseen circumstances,
Yeah,
those work together well as a pair. Like I don't think they're really serious contenders given like, you know, the entire league and all the 30 nominees they're up against, but like they're very good.
They are good.
yeah. Also, the Buster only one, quilting the
Yeah.
remaining pitchers for a win at the crossroads. That was a pretty good metaphor attempt.
Yeah, you have to sort of respect like the ability to be that like bad in that few words. Like
Yeah,
Shams is great, but he's an artist who works, you know, with a big canvas.
he could.
Yeah.
Buster could have just said baseball. What a game, and people would have been like, all right, that's fine. Yeah.
And he would have expressed a clearer sentiment too.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. Any closing thoughts? I guess we'll try to get a post up, close to imminently. Not this week though.
Yeah, we'll ramp up the
Yeah,
preparations to posting.
it
Yeah.
looms.
It
I'll
will
say.
be before the end of the year. We can confirm
Yeah.
that.
And as always, keep sending us any borked pieces of sports writing or tweets that you see.
Yeah. Please send it to tips@defector.com or any one of our specific
Can I
addresses.
say one more thing before we go?
Yeah.
From a broader perspective, one thing multiple sources are saying to include in the final analysis on details still expected to emerge regarding the Washington NFL team at some point is the timeline of people departing, the contrast between them, or what may unify them.
That's a really wonderful quote to send us off with. Thank you
Just
for
something to think
watching.
about. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
thank you to Luis for putting the slides together and running the stream.
Yeah. Thank you.
And we will all see you soon.